Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, innovative propaganda cast from your host from Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, Hilfsreich, defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Emily Fields. In the north, it is happy to help fighting for the Oberkommando West, the Kampfgruppe Meyer, with Elite Armored, Overwatch, and Luftwaffe Ground Forces. In the south, it is Prabuti, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, here with the 3rd Armored Division, with Armor Company, featuring assault engineers, elite vehicle cruise upgrades, M10 tank destroyers, 105mm bulldozer Shermans, and the 240mm howitzer barrage. We got a double Sturmpionier Kulwagen study for happy to help. This is the double rifle start of Prabuti. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters, champions, heroes, part of my own personal company heroes, the Propaganda Company. Other people can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon, or they can do as Maybe Me did and donate via PayPal. Links are in the description. Join the Propaganda Company. Join the future of something. Anyways, and you can find those, just comment, like, share, subscribe. That helps me out too as well there. Join the rear echelon company of the Propaganda Cast by doing that. So, moving up eastwards here, Sturmpionier advancing for Deutschland. Prabuti here, basically with his rear echelons, laying down those tank traps. So, why is it we got like these huge lumps of metal but no sandbags? Shut up, Carl. Keep asking these questions. I just feel like, we could just, dispense with the whole awkwardness and just have sandbags. No, Carl, shut up. So, dug in there by the eastern fuel point there. Note, I'm not been able to fully wire off. There we go. Kulwagen races straight through the wall in the fence there. Could have taken the other side once. No, of course, it has to go straight through the fence. Then, of course, fill Jurgen's face with splinters, telling us the driver really doesn't like Jurgen. Second, folks, they're happy to help. West side there, though, Prabuti's making excellent progress there for freedom and democracy, in large part because there's no Germans in the way. I'm sure that'll be an exciting news report. Our brave boys at the front are making excellent progress on the left side of this map. Because the Germans are not there, but we'll ignore that. Oh, wait, we actually mentioned it. God damn. And let's fix up the Kulwagen here. First full squad out there for Happy to Help, who has gone for Overwatch with Jaeger Light Infantry Recon Squads, early warning systems for the fatherland. Leichte Feldhaubitze Aktien Artillerie and the Sector Artillery. That's artillery, Sector Assault. Second, full squad there for Happy to Help. Double Sturmpioneers, those pretty rare there from an Oberkommandos player. In part because they just, like the DPS tends to have a much sharper drop-off compared to the other assault rifle units in the game, which tend to mean they're a bit harder to sort of get going there. That said, of course, saying more Sturmpioneers does mean eventually you'll be able to repair stuff very fast. You also get access to, well, a lot of Panzerschrecks, which certainly isn't bad either. But we got Prabuti with 3 route squads, 1 lieutenant here ready to face off against the Nazi Manners, with a Freedom Force wielding bunch of riflemen. Up north, a bit of skirmish here, closer to Happy to Help space there as Prabuti and Happy to Help clash there in the south here. The rival squad's about to face off against not just one Sturmpioneer squad, but 2 and a Kubelwagen. Up north, though, fighting intensifies here as Prabuti is forced to concede ground here in the face of the German Wehrmacht. Truck out here for Happy to Help the Schwere Wehrmacht Schlepper. Double Sturmpioneers rapidly able to fix up the Kubelwagen. Rival squad Lieutenant setting out, they're going straight for the car point. Minesweepers up, we got Prabuti here with an M20 being rushed out, ready to face off against the Kraut Menace with some swift motorization. And possibly some mines, I suppose. Sturmpipes look down the rifle. Of course, that said, if you do get 2 Sturmpipes getting close to the target, they can really maul the infantry fast. But again, they sort of end up in this slightly awkward, cost-efficient space that compared to Volksgrund is, which is why most players will never commit to, like, multiples of them. But again, if you can make it work, they can actually be quite potent. Sandbags in the center here. We got the Sturmpioneer as the echelons. Execute them with ease. Down to just 1 man already. The rest are dead. And the last man stuck with a minesweeper. Ralph squad hemming about. You've got the Kubwagen moving about. 2 kills, veterans 1, and there you go. M20 out. The durations did get wiped out there. Bit of a blow there to Prabuti. Freedom and democracy. Without the minesweeper, they could very well be exposed to German mines. And we got a Jaeger squad out here for Happy to Help to bleed out those Verdammten armies. You also got a fairly aggressive battle group headquarters up here from Happy to Help. Bit risky in some regards, but obviously also means he's got a forward, healing point and reinforce point, so you can that way not have to spend as much time back and forth possibly. M20 there tearing into the Volksgrenadiers with his 50 cal there mounted on top. Eastern fuel point about to be threatened there by American infantry. Western fuel point there being threatened by German infantry. But unlike Happy to Help, Prabhuti of course does have a light vehicle that can deal with such a marauding menace here. Down to just 3 men. Back here troop reinforcing. Battle headquarters there. Adding the mechanized command post upgrade. No assault units for Prabhuti. I mean, could be an addition to consider here. Flamethrowers, of course, are quite good. But also the ability to lay down more mines here versus the Germans would be quite handy. We got the first Panzerschreck out here for Happy to Help. And we got the second one. That's definitely not something you see very often. I mean, for starters, you don't very often see double Sturm Pioneers, but you also don't then see them, you know, being very rapidly equipped with Panzerschrecks. Jaeger line for an upgrade there for Happy to Help's Jaegers. So that could definitely give the M20 a bit of pause here. And for that matter, like most other armor, we do get the armored side skirts there being added. Sturmpione moving up. Then moving away. Then moving up again, there you go. Raufscourt there in the center. M20 beneath the careful. There you go. Double Panzerschreck. Oh, first one kinda hits ish. I don't know. Oh, well, second one was a complete whiff, though. Completely went off the mark there. In the west side of the Kuhlwagen was Raufscourt. He needs to cover that Kugelwagen. Bring up the Sturmpionier to reinforce and heal. We've got the second Jaeger squad out here for Happy to Help so far, going for almost 2 of everything except the Kugelwagen. I imagine Happy to Help, despite, you know, being somewhat bold in terms of Oberkommand their strategies, is not bold enough to go for 2 Kugelwagens. Like, I'm fairly certain that's an insanity test somewhere. It's like, you know, how many Kugelwagens would you go for? 2. He's clearly insane. Lock him up. Jaegers there, routed the rifle squad. Ambulance there for Prabhuti. Safe from the Panzerschrecks, aka the stovepipe, or Offenrohr as the Germans called it. In part because it tended to produce a lot of smoke when it fired, which is sort of one of the elements which was probably why they were not fully loved by their crews and being, you know, fairly good. The Zama, they tended to very much go away the position of the user. Ralph got round the west here by the 2nd Sturm Pioneer Squad. M20 quickly disengaging and of course faced with the Raketen Panzerbüchse. 2nd Jaeger Squad being equipped with the G43 Marksman Rifle. 5th Counter Center routed. Its positions are exposed here to German assaults. Eastern fuel pump being seized by the Sturmpioniere. Western fuel pump being seized by the Sturmpioniere. Could salvage the Kuhlwagen there for a bit of extra resources. You could also lay down some mines if you had the munitions, but I'm guessing the... no, not getting any assault rifles there. Truck on the way there for Happy to Help. I'm guessing that's going to be a Schwerer Panzer Quarters. That could be wrong here. Volksgrenadier setting out here. Almost got the Eastern fuel point secured. Western one has been claimed for Deutschland. Prabhuti needs to switch up his tactics a bit here versus Happy to Help so far. He's definitely found himself in a bit of a awkward spot here. Map control is very much falling into the hands of Reich. But there you go. In large scale infrastructure falling upon the Eastern position. The Sturmpionier are outnumbered. Happy to Help will have to make a swift decision here of suffer a full wipe on the Sturmpioneers. And there you go. He retreats. There was not really much else he could do here, honestly. Jaegers nearby do pick off Jones there, leaving him to die in the dirt of Western Europe. Raufscourt closing up against the Jaegers there. And we get For the Fatherland, which boosts them defensively while in friendly territory. 2nd Jaeger Squad, but that's like one of the few times I've seen actually used correctly. Like most players kind of trying to use, like, you know, any more offensive abilities, but it doesn't work outside of your own territory. But thumbs up here to Happy to Help. He actually used it. Wow, that's like, you know, small round of applause there. That's like really rare to see someone use that ability correctly. That is really rare. Jaegers are reinforcing. Schwerer Panzer quarters up there for Happy to Help and the German army, the Kampfgruppemeier. Prabhuti there with the M51 Stuart light tank. Jaegers here with the 10 Raufscourt in the east here, engaging with well-aimed fire here. The Raufscourt out in the open, definitely need to be careful here, so does the lieutenant. Entering chose to go for the Stuart here for Prabhuti, but obviously wants to apply more pressure to the Germans, but at the same time, a part of me wonders if he may not want to be slightly cautious with double Panzerschreck Sturm Pioneers. Then again, maybe he's not too concerned because of that. Hard to say here. Western side being claimed here, though, by Prabhuti, freedom and democracy. We do have the weapon racks finally unlocked. They found the keys, ladies and gentlemen. They found the keys. Volksgrenadier moving up the center. Got the Panzerschreck Sturmpionier moving up there. Good shot there on the M20. Does quite a bit of damage there. West side, you've got the Jaegers Rauf Squad. Pushing back the armies there, and there you go. Straight for the car front here. Happy to help, looking to disrupt here Prabhuti's fuel flow, but now he has the M5A1 Stuart light tank ready to face the Krat menace with the armor of democracy. Folks have been caught here with the Stuart light tank. They're flying way out. There's 30mm gun, and of course its correction machine gun and the whole machine gun. There you go, the Panzerfaust and Friedrich here damages the engine of the Stuart light tank and certainly giving the crews nightmares for days to come. In the east side here, Sturmpioneer vs. Ravscorp with a BARs, the heavy cover. Those proving helpful for the Sturmpioneer. It is proving helpful. That said, technically long term they're not going to win this one. Unless they get very lucky, I think. West side here, 5th gun aiming up Minuti, and there you go. Good flank here, Happy to help, and we see here Prabhuti's northern positions completely overwhelmed. That's Happy to help executes a well-coordinated attack. Stuart being fixed up in these, we've got the Sturmpioneer being rushed by the M20, braving the Panzerschreck. The crew dashes in there, forces Happy to help to retreat the Sturmpioneer. Stuart there fixed up once more for freedom and democracy. Lieutenant Ravscorp there holding back the Sturmpioneer. They're just apparently mounting their handiwork before getting back in. We got another Ravscorp for Prabhuti. Interesting choice here. Not necessarily bad, but surprising. Still, by the way, worth noting, no assault engineers here. We do get a concussive grenadier plus some shots there, forcing Prabhuti to fall back a bit. Then east, the Schwer Panther quarter set and revealed. Of course, has all been revealed. It is authorized. So that certainly, I think, adds some pressure there to Prabhuti in the proceedings. Like, he needs to fight harder for the fuel here, or he risks getting hit by a Panther 4. Possibly a Panther, because it is worth noting here. Happy to help has 3 Panther bulletins there. Sturmpioneer mid up top spot here could get wiped there by Prabhuti's forces here, but no, looks like they do narrowly escape death by democracy. East side there, fuel point claimed by the M20. Thumbs up Prabhuti for using the big crews for that. Panther files again in the Stuart. 5th cal trying into them. Probably will avoid a wipe, but it's gonna be, I think, fairly close here for Happy to help. In fact, might actually get a wipe on them. Nope, falls a bit short there of the full Monty. We got 459 to 381 in this regard. Happy to help does have a nice victory point leader with Prabhuti here, advancing on the centre. Definitely not a usual build order. And we actually do get a forward retreat point, fairly rare, because it used to be really, really good. So what they ended up doing was applying a basically global modifier. If you're using a forward retreat point, all your reinforcement speeds do go down significantly, because obviously you just have people set up right close, to a particular point, and they just be really difficult to deal with. So they applied this bonus to avoid just popping up before Battlefield Headquarters being too easy. But clearly Happy to help here is definitely willing to do it, which is exceedingly rare in 1v1 games, in particular this level. So thumbs up to Happy to help. I'm not saying it's a great choice, but it's an interesting choice, and it's definitely a unique choice. And it just became even more unique. He's going for a 3rd Sturmpioneer squad, ladies and gentlemen. 3 Sturmpioneers is definitely rare. I mean, this match is definitely leaving the usual Oberkommand vs. metagame, that's for sure. I mean, sure, it's got Overwatch, but, he's not playing it like other players do, that's for sure. Bit of skirmish in the east there. Prabhuti does getting quick control. Mappy there you go. Brandhan Ganabi there you go. Rifle force retreat in the face of Happy to help's infantry. Jaegers there being pushed back here by the Stuart and the M20 here. Worth noting, I don't think we've seen a single mine in the east. The Sturmpioneer there narrowly survived the concussive grenade coming to their aid against the Americans. Yeah, no mines hit all here from Happy to help. I mean, a few mines here and there I think could be helpful. 3rd Sturmpioneer squad then, of course, is getting a 3rd Panzerschreck. I mean, one thing's for sure, though. Once it gets armor, like Beta, Panther, Panther, whatever, it's going to get fixed pretty fast. 3 Sturmpioneers will fix those Panzers up rapidly, ladies and gentlemen. That's for sure. I mean, that's quite interesting. And there you go. I don't think Prabhuti's expecting 3 Panzerschrecks. I mean, 2 Panzerschrecks alone is pretty rare, but 3... We do get smoke popped here, but I'm going to save the Stuart. There it goes. Stuart gets knocked out as multiple 88mm rockets just penetrate the hull and cook it off. Like an overly gasoline-doused barbecue grill that definitely should have been doused in gasoline. Ravscorp there charging the Sturmpioneer. And again, that's a lot of Sturmpioneers with a lot of assault rifles. Prabhuti's men are being slaughtered here. Prabhuti is in an absolute state of shock there, and Happy to help. Mr. Panzer, they went for 3 Sturmpioneers with 3 Panzerschrecks. What do I care? I don't know how to deal with that, sir. Well, I don't either. Just kill the Nazis. Oh. Grandleson Point, also quick to salvage it by the looks of it. Thumbs up there to Happy to help. Wrecking the tank traps now. Bravo Squad sitting out. M20 rushing out here. We do get the Major out there for Prabhuti. Very good for him. Happy to help. Can soon go for the Panther 4. Like, and he could try and hold for the Panther, like... I mean, at this point, it's, like, pretty difficult to, like, fully evaluate what Happy to help is doing. It's like, you know, it could be anything, honestly. It could be anything. Another 5th car there for Prabhuti. There's so much under infantry, under Happy to help's command. I do think that's a very smart idea. Though... he may want to consider, yeah, bazookas, there we go, and some other stuff here. But there you go, Sturmpanzer caught here. We'll have to retreat in the face of all these bar-wielding riflemen here. Some points being cut off here and there. Prabhuti, though, is now starting to stabilize here versus Happy to help. Quite frankly, fairly unorthodox Oberkommando strategy. Fairly unorthodox.
HMG squad ready for action.
Troops enforcing healing here.
A capture point is under attack.
Major there with a bazooka. Ralph's got being focused down, so do the Volksgrenadiers. I'm trying to make them got ace level on it. Still no mines here from Prabhuti. Like, a part of me thinks he would really benefit from some mines here at this point, because, like, if whatever Happy to Help's going to go for, like, you know, immobilizing it could prove to be quite handy here for Prabhuti. All happy to be actually does mean we've got the Sturmpioneers 2 squads, but virtually free here. 2 squads, virtually free here. The Sturmpioneer. Center seized there by the German army, the Kampfgruppe Maya. We'll have to see what Prabhuti goes for here, though, versus Happy to help. Enforcing healing, got the M2 forwards, 13 kills, virtually free. Jaeger sprinting forward to straight into the 5th car there. Sturmpioneer versus Rathcourt, there you go, quickly force them to retreat here. And there you go, the M20 pushes straight at them into the Panzerschrecks. Oh, they don't fire, they haven't reloaded the Panzerschrecks. That's awkward. In the east there, Volksgrenadiers Jaegers suppressed. We've got the Jaegers already retreating in the face of Prabhuti's mighty 50 cal. His Madu. Anyways, back here, nothing further happening there for Happy to help space. It does look like he's planning a Panther here. Or a King Tiger at this point. I'm honestly not entirely sure what Happy to help's plan here, but whatever it is, I'm sure it's interesting. Prabhuti, meanwhile, some time away from any armor. And now Happy to help can go for the Panther. There you go. He does, in fact, go for the Panzerkampfwagen 5 concussive grenade again. He's actually been like fairly good at using it consistently as well there. And I think that's also been catching Prabhuti a bit off guard, because the average Oberkommandos player is not a huge fan of their abilities, but, you know, stunning a unit is really good. Eastern upon the system 50 cal. Fult's going to be pushing eastwards. Panther there is halfway done. 5th cal they're dealing with the Volksgrenadiers there, suppressing them, pinning them down. We got the Sturmpioneer around the flank. I mean, he's got like a lot of infantry. We're talking a total of 7 inch squads, which also requires a fair amount of management skills. But so far, Happy to help is actually displaying he's got them. In the center, we got the Sturmpioneer and the Lieutenant clashing out. The 5th cal up to assist here. They will likely be suppressed on the west side. They're fighting for the fuel pump continues. Jaegers there. Booby trying the pump before sneaking off into the shadows, except they get spotted. And there you go, up north we got the Panther out for Happy to help, and the German army, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Adding the pintle-mounted MG42 on top there as well for added anti-infantry. M20 dealing with the Jaegers, and I don't think Prabhuti is quite prepared for a Panther mentally. So there we go. I'm guessing we're looking at either an M36 Jackson tank destroyer here, or a bunch of M10s to try and tackle the Panther. 20 does escape. Nice flank there by Happy to help.
A capture point is under attack.
Panther moving forwards, adding the pintle-mounted MG42. Sturmpioneer busy there. Got the M20 as the Volksgrenadiers. Ralph got moving forwards. Bazooka team as the Panther. Trentry rushing eastwards for Prabuti. Gegner focus out in the open. Close to eventually form one of those Sturm Pioneer squads. Panther driving heavy, making use of his machine guns quite aggressively here versus Prabuti's infantry. Damaging the Panther. There goes, slaughters 2 men with a single shot. And of course, he can quickly fix up the damage thanks to having a lot of Sturm Pioneers. Jackson on the way there for Prabuti, ultimately as expected here. Got those Sturm Pioneers around fixing up here. Infantry forward, but yeah, you can see they just very quickly fixing up the Panther here. Push back the infantry, then move back to fixing up the Panther. So yeah, that should be pretty quickly sorted out there. Basically taking a few seconds, so yeah. I'm a bit surprised again, most Oberkommand's place just sticks to like 1 Sturm Pioneer squad. And while I'm not saying they should go for 3 with the Panzerschrecks, I mean, just having a second one there I think would do a lot more to keep their armor pool alive. Panther moving forward back to the Sturm Pioneer, going straight for the M20. Good shot there, punches cleanly through the side armor. Jaeger's being routed, but against Sturm Pioneer. There you go, Panther moving, crushing several men there beneath its treads. 2 squads already in the retreat here, as Habit helps Sturm Pioneers continue the Blitzkrieg offensive. Rav squad flanking with a bus ready, but the Panther turning around. They still got 2 Sturm Pioneer squads against, and there you go. Prabuti retreats in the face of this Teutonic onslaught of steel and manpower. Follows the hitting the carve upon there, and we go. Jackson tank destroyer for Prabuti as he continues to just grapple with what's going on there before his very eyes. 5th Caldine with the Sturm Pioneer, pinning them down to the ground like insects. Other 5th coming about here. He's going to eat bazooka teams and the Jackson up there, but the bazooka teams are being occupied by the Fultz because the Jackson there, well, can move in there, but he might be concerned about Sturm Pioneers in the flank, I guess. Fultz is routed there. Panther disengaging, as of course he is aware the bazooka teams are coming for his Panther. Sturm Pioneer here, Metchney 4. Going for Obersoldat now. He hasn't lost a single infantry squad. He's just committing to more. I mean, that's going to require some significant management skills from Happy to help to handle 8 infantry squads. But, I mean, he's managed 7 so far. Maybe he can make, like, you know, 8 work? Grenade, they're pushing back the bazooka teams. The Jacksons also shows about moving in there because, again, the Panzer cause trouble. Meanwhile, a massive throng of American infantry pushes through the center here for Prabuti. Routing Happy to help. They're definitely not ready to deal with this blob of GIs, and there you go, 1 squad push back here. Maybe he does have the force to withstand Prabuti's all-out assault here. A few grenades would be helpful, I think, for Prabuti. Falls back. Bring up this with the 5th Gauss there. Fixing up the M20. Panther there, not fully repaired, but still got it. Most of it fixed fairly fast. They probably should repair it still more before coming against the Jackson. And oh, he's planning to switch in the M20 crew with the Jackson crew. Thumbs up to Prabuti, and there you go. 3 Sturm Pioneers working the Panther. You can see they're like they're fixing out like really fast. Like even the damage the Jackson just dealt it got like pretty much just removed in like the blink of an eye. That is a really fast fixed Panther. And again, I'm not saying you should get like 3 Sturm Pioneers. You can just fix your Panther fast, but you know. At some point, considering a 2nd Sturm Pioneer squad might just help get your armor back in the fight faster. Western field machines there by Prabuti and the United States Army. Almost on their business with Eastern Point. We got a light machine gun. And we got a Jagdpanzer for Abbott help. My god. He is not messing about with all this American anti-tank stuff. Like 3 Panzerschrecks, a Panther, now Jagdpanzer. Though worth noting, not a single Akademiev on sight. Prabuti unleashes a bazooka volley against those sandbags. Panther getting pelted by bazooka fire there. Some shots going through, others failing. Got the Sturm Pioneer though flanking in there. There you go. 5th Cal ready to stop this Sturm Pioneer onrush. And there you go. Forces away. They're happy to help the Sturm Pioneer platoon there. West side of the garage flanking with the Jaegers there. Panther falling back. They're heavily damaged. Down to 1/3 of its total health. Total Rifle coming in. They got a Scot on the way here for Prabuti to bombard. Happy to help his infantry. Not a bad idea. They may eventually want to go for like a bulldozer Sherman. It's also worth noting, besides like, I guess the vehicle crews, we haven't really seen like anything up the commander here from Prabuti. Nothing like, no assault engineers, no M10s, no 100 bulldozer Shermans, and no howitzer bags. And again, if you sort of consider what's happened so far, you can't entirely fault him either because I mean, so far the strategy from Happy to help I think is completely blindsided Prabuti and just how utterly non-standard it is. So I could definitely see like Prabuti just not entirely sure how to fit his commander into like this aggressive mess here that Happy to Help is like just throwing at him. Panther already fixed up again. Once more, just having a lot of Storm Pioneers proved to be really good for getting your tanks back in action fast.
M8A1 is on the field.
There you go, Scott out. Panther down to half health already. Jackson there. But he could also remember to pop the HVAP round, so that doesn't just increase the penetration, but the damage, allowing to take out the Panther much faster, which would definitely, I think, be a plus there for Happy to Help. Yak Panther at the ready as well with his high velocity gun. Technically same gun as the Panther. In the actual in-game, it's slightly less powerful. But in the actual war, they're the same gun. Scott then links decent damage to the Jaegers that doesn't get any kills. There we go. Already close to Vector 1. The Bazooka 5 further punches the Panthers on the dust game. Vector 2 there. Massive head-on assault. They concussive grenade that slows down Prabhuti's attack a bit there. No action on the flanks except from Happy to Help, who of course is quick to realize that Prabhuti is over-focused on the center line to gain control of the other side of the map there. Thumbs up to Happy to Help. He's just playing like some pretty good like tactical awareness here against Prabhuti, to be honest. Jack's bringing up here. Scott in reserve. What will Prabhuti go for next here versus Happy to Help? Western fuel increase for the Germans. And again, we got 3 Storm Pioneer squads that are fixing up the Panther. The one is half strength still. Also with sweeper kits, they can actually like fix this Panther like really fast. Like again, we're talking seconds in fixing up this Panther at Destiny 2 here. Seconds. Actually, it was Black Panther 1 wasn't fully there, but I'll wait. That is a really fast fixed Panther. Still, Prabhuti is bouncing back from these tactical setbacks here against Happy to Help and the German army. We got, oh dear, we got the 240mm howitzer barrage here around the Belgrade headquarters. Prabhuti wants it leveled, he wants it gone. At least attempted gone. Panther pushing straight at the 5th guy there. Jackson shoot bounces, no HVAP rounds. He just spent all his munitions on that artillery strike there, so. Oh, that was close, but that didn't kill anything. Bazookas going for the Panther, got on down to almost half health. Really, that howitzer barrage is so far doing absolutely bugger all, and the Jackson's not doing anything either. The Bazooka's doing quite a bit of damage here, because the Panther actually almost got it entirely. Yeah, this barrage has just been a complete whiff. That's got to feel bad there for Prabhuti. I mean, that just... like, it's killed more squirrels than Germans, that's for sure. I mean, that might be debatable. More orbs on me for Happy to Help. I mean, that is an infantry-heavy strand you've ever saw. And again, the crucial part is, like, he's actually managing it. Like, if you, most players, like, I'm fair to say, if they went for that much infantry, just start blopping it up, then, like, you know, one massive throng there. But Happy to Help is, like, tactically managing it, like, fairly well here versus Prabhuti. And this is just, like, kind of nuts to see. Panther being fixed up again. I mean, these triple Storm Pioneers are just fixing it fast. So fast. So there we got the photos of the Major and the Lieutenant. The Bazooka team calls them to withstand that. And we go, Jackson pursuit by the Panther and the Jagdpanzer. Jagdpanzer is almost gone there. But not quite. Ace level on the Jackson there. Thumbs up to Prabhuti for getting that far. Popping out the crew again. Damaging from the Panther. There we go, Bazooka team's going for it. There we go. Mostly failures to penetrate the Panther's front line and some misses. And there you go, Orbs on Jaegers is stopping Prabhuti's anti-tank rush there. Jack's almost fixed up. What is Prabhuti planning next? Guessing not an M10 tank destroyer here. Might be some more Scots. Or 105mm bolter shim. Just like blast all these infantry into bits here from Happy to Help. I mean, that'd be a pretty good idea, I think, at this point. Also, the M20 is like still alive. I'm sure at this point, Prabhuti is probably regretting not laying down any mines earlier. Like, imagine you say he caught that Panther or the Jagdpanzer with an M20 mine. I'm fairly certain that leave Happy to Help in a much worse off spot here. Jagdpanzer down to half health. We've got the infantry, we've got the Bazooka teams on the move here. Prabhuti strikes for freedom, democracy. Panther there striking off most of the damage here. Jagdpanzer, though, is definitely much worse off. They're close to 22, though. More damage this time around. There goes. Still not HVAC rounds here from Prabhuti's Jackson tank destroyer. Like, it would definitely have to like do a lot more damage to the Panther consistently. One more hit to the Panther. It's going to go down, I think, though. Maybe he won't need the HVAC rounds. Meanwhile, the Assault Up Center continues versus Habitat. There you go. Panther is kaputt. Panzerkampfwagen 5 is kaputt. A significant blow here to Habitat in the German army. Prabhuti continues this sledgehammer blow, but he's going to march straight into the Hornet's nest here. Happy to help. He's going to need artillery to murder all this infantry. Where's the Scot? The Scot isn't there. He doesn't have the 105mm Bolter Sherman either. Jackson about to get knocked out here by the Panzerschrecks. The infantry's getting hammered. There goes Scott arrives, but the shot goes a bit too far, a bit too wide. And there you go for the fatherland. Making it much harder here for Prabhuti to dislodge. Happy to help. But there you go. The Scott fires in there. This is really where you would love to have that 105mm Bolter Sherman. He just doesn't have the fuel for it. In this regard, again, his focus on the center and ignoring the resource on the east side and west side has actually proven to be detrimental for Prabhuti. There you go. He can't go for it now, and certainly I think it would be a pretty handy idea if there's all this infantry, that or more Scots. And we got to have it help, I think, going for a King Tiger next. Good lord. Jagdpanzer by the way, there is Vetchi 2 there. Schützen added. Fixing up stuff here. Heading eastwards here. Goes out to the Jagdpanzer. Fifth got there routed. Happy to help there on the offensive versus Prabhuti. Striking forwards for Deutschland. Got the 5th car white. And seizing it for the Reich. But yeah, no Bolterschirm here for Prabhuti. No Scots. And against an opponent with that much infantry, he really wants some more, I think, anti-infantry of the high explosive kind, honestly. Particularly he's kind of like bunching, have this fort retreat point. I mean, again, something like this I think would be a pretty handy addition. There you go. Got it out now finally. Should of course add the pin-up machine gun. Troops enforcing healing. That said, I also feel like Prabhuti needs to be careful not to lose sight of the rest of the map here versus Happy to help. Salvaging the Panther for extra resources. Thumbs up to Happy to help. Jaegers around the west here. Bolterschirm on the move. Far away there we got the Sturmpionier here. Got one ace level actually. The other one is sometime away there. There you go around the Sturmpionier there. Jackson versus Jagdpanzer. M20 absorbs the hit there for the Jackson. Close call there for Prabhuti. Jagdpanzer that keeps flying away. They're closing in MHC 3 here. Bazooka team's flying away at it. More damage here to the Jagdpanzer. Sherman forwards here. Straight into the Hornet's Nest. Again, conceding a large chunk of the map here, I guess. Like, he really wants to, like, just hit Happy to help very hard here. And Happy to help for some reason. Actually, Lang is meant to be bunched up in front of the Bolter Shem, which seems definitely risky. But there you go. Jagdpanzer's good hit there. Close to FT3. Infantry retreats. Another hit there. Almost 53 in the Jagdpanzer. Almost there. Scott moving forward, trying to bombard the Germans. Everything caught here by infantry. There goes completely wiped here. In the far west, we got a lone Fulker squad that I have. It helps command just down the western point here. He's going to salvage. He's going to grab it. He's going to salvage it. He doesn't care about these weak American Maschinengewehren. I mean, my God, Ludwig, look at this shoddy workmanship. I can't believe they called this a Maschinengewehr in the first place. Jagdpanzer charging in there. It is a counterattack here for Prabhuti in the west as Happy to help strikes for the center here. His Jagdpanzer engaging fearlessly the American armor. Jackson down to health. Jagdpanzer there gaining veteran food, gives a nice rate of fire bonus on top of everything else. Misses the Jackson. We got the Sturmpionier moving in here on the west side. The infantry swings through on the west here. Could threaten here. Happy to helps forces. Jagdpanzer push back. We got the Panzerschrecks moving forwards there. Got the M20 there. By the looks of no. Oh, it does get abandoned. The infantry pushing up here, straight into perhaps throng of infantry. Meanwhile, the Panzerschrecks Sturmpionier continues forward. The Scot is down. The Bolterschirm escapes. It runs away. Sturmpionier retreating though. Jaegers coming out the flank. Infantry being mauled. Prabhuti's forces, there we go. Looks like he has basically conceded. His spirit broken. His morale crushed by the might of the Reich. and its mighty Jagdpanzer, and of course, Triple Sturm Pioneers. There you go, GG. Game over. A rather unusual Oberkreuz match with some fairly interesting strategies here by Habit Help, and I think some pretty impressive infantry management skills. In the end, though, Prabudi, I think, partly did himself in by just overfocusing the center, ignoring like parts of the map here, in particular the resources. And that Howd's Barrage, I think, also sadly came back to bite him in the arse. Plus, I think I failed to use the HVAC round. So again, remember, it doesn't just boost penetration, it boosts damage. Meaning, for example, Jackson can take out a Panther, for example, much faster. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned you something from it. If nothing else, just remember you need to maybe try and use more Sturm Pioneers if you are playing the Oberkreuz. I'm not saying you just get 3 of them, but like at some point, consider having 2 of them just to repair your armor faster. This is Imperial Lynching. Cheers. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that. And consider donating or pledging on Patreon to support the Mighty War effort. This is Imperial Lynching. Cheers. Thank you all for watching and see you all tomorrow. Bye.